Hi, loving soul. Welcome back to Breaking Toxic Relationship Patterns. This episode will carry on from part 1 last time of help letting go of your ex. If you have just experienced heartbreak or you're going through those initial stages of a breakup and it's feeling really tricky and you haven't heard part 1 yet, I highly recommend you go there and have a listen. There are some beautiful reframes that will really help you on this journey into your next level up. I'm so happy you're here. Let's get to it. Have past love relationships brought you anxiety and stress? Maybe you've hit a wall with dating, like, why are all the good ones taken? Even though you're a go-getter, does true love feel unattainable and outside of your control? Hey, I'm Remy, clinical hypnotherapist and my master coach. In this podcast, you will learn how to heal heartache and move on from your past relationships, nurture your inner child, master your mind to work for you instead of against you, live an authentic life that's in alignment with your truth, regulate your nervous system, understand the dynamics of healthy relationships, and attract the loving relationship you truly deserve. 14 years ago, I went from being a codependent, anxious serial dater and marrier of the wrong men until I finally realised I had a lot of work to do. Well, I made it my mission to learn everything I needed from the world's best and did the work, and very quickly met the man I've been waiting a lifetime for. These days, I've got the family and life I dreamed of and use my 3-step framework to help other women claim the same power over their lives. I'm here to expand your belief of what's possible for you. You deserve unshakable self-confidence and a relationship that feels right on every level. It's time to upgrade your subconscious and start some real-life magic happening. So nestle on in and let's get to it. Now you're able to question your thoughts. The next time you have a really negative thought about your ex, just stop for a moment and just ask yourself why you are thinking this thought. What is underneath it? Is it driven by a fear of loneliness or a fear of losing them? And if you do have a fear of losing them, ask yourself why you are scared of losing them, because most of the time, actually, do you know what? All the time, if one party isn't happy in a relationship, then the other party isn't happy either. They might just not be fully aware of it yet, or they might not know 100% what they do and don't deserve, or there might be a little bit of codependency going on there. But if one person is unhappy in the relationship, guaranteed the relationship is not healthy on a big level. So if you are lamenting the loss of a relationship that wasn't right, just have a think of that and ask yourself why, truly why you're lamenting the loss. And if it starts to feel really painful, you can do some tapping on the thought, because sometimes a thought is so emotionally charged that it's actually hard to get clarity on it and see what's underneath it. If you'd like a copy of my EFT self-healing guide, get in touch by email, remy@herloveupgrade.com, or you can send me a little message on WhatsApp. My number's on my website. I'll leave the details in the show notes. So the other question is, we want to have a look at why you actually were in love with them. And this can be definitely a painful question to look at, but just have a little think about that. Were you in love with them for who they actually were, or what you thought they could be? Now, like I said before, if one person isn't happy in the relationship, then it's likely the other person is usually not happy. And most of the time, it's because they're in love with a projection of the potential of the relationship and not truly the actual relationship. But when you know that there is better out there for you and you don't have to trade off the bads for the goods, and everything you valued from the relationship will come back to you in dividends if you make space for the partner that is yet to come into your life but is there waiting for you, do you really need to hold on to that love for them? Is it really serving you? Or is it actually just blocking the way for the person who is right for you? Now, the next thing we're going to think about is assessing the roots of the relationship, right? And I've spoke about this in episode 1, the 5 essential roots of every loving, healthy relationship. And I've actually thought of a really nice acronym for them now. It's the factors, FACTR, right? We have got friendship, attraction, congruent values and beliefs, trust, and respect. Go back and listen to episode 1 if you want to hear more about those. But if you think back at your relationship with those benchmarks in mind, just assess where your relationship was at when it comes to those, because I guarantee you would have at least one that was severely damaged, if not completely missing at all. Usually it's trust, but it can be the other ones as well. And then again, the question is why you still want to be with this person. Is it a habit? Is it from a belief of scarcity that you won't find someone better? The belief you might not find anyone at all? And then if you know that that's not true, what is it that's keeping you with them? Apart from the fear stories from our fearful ego that's only interested in us surviving, not thriving. Our true self wants us to be happy. It completely knows that we are here to experience wonderful things and enjoy our lives. And it talks to us through our emotions and our feelings. That is our navigation system to know when we are in the path of alignment or whether we have strayed from it. And one of the roots is damaged or missing from a relationship, 100% your true self will know about this and will be shouting at you in some ways, if not many ways. You'll be feeling anxiety, stress, anger even, and all these things need to be listened to. And so if you look back at your relationship and reflect on how you truly felt, really put yourself back in the shoes, close your eyes and really think back to being in the thick of this relationship. Don't just focus on the best times, but focus on, a real general, true snapshot of the relationship. Were you really happy? Or is this actually the biggest blessing that might feel like it's in disguise right now? But once you update your mindset, maybe it's the biggest blessing that you are now able to realize they are not for you and to make space and step on them as a stepping stone, a figurative stepping stone into your best and highest life that's waiting for you to believe in it. It's right there waiting for you to be on the right frequency to allow it in. Live your highest and best life and know what is coming. Just feel it in your heart. Just sit there and just let it percolate for a minute. Imagine what it would feel like to wake up and have this partner who really lights you up next to you. Not because you need to prop them up or they need to prop you up, but because you feel so self-confident and you feel so alive and so happy with your life and just so full of purpose that you are out there blossoming and growing, and they are out there blossoming and growing. And together you've got this beautiful symbiotic relationship where you are just growing together, both shining in your own light. And that is what you want to get to. That's having a relationship without codependency. How fabulous would that be? To really know that you will grow together, but not entwined in each other in a way that suffocates the other one. Just a beautiful dance together. That is what you're aiming for, and that's what's waiting for you. But first of all, we need to be in that mindset to get it, which can happen very quickly. And sometimes just even listening to this, to words like these, to this kind of mindset shift is enough to get you there, really. And anytime your fearful ego starts screaming at you that this is not correct, or it has to be hard, or you don't deserve this, or feels dangerous, you can just acknowledge it. Yeah, I know this is something a bit different, right? But this is the truth. And this is the way we're going to live our life for now. And let's just try it. The old way, was the old way working? No, you can remind it the old way wasn't working. The old way led to heartache. But if you follow things this way, if you really start listening to your alignment, following the amazing true self that you are, the you of you, be that highest and best version of yourself. And at any given time, if you just ask yourself this magic question, is what I'm doing right now in alignment with my highest and best self? And what could I be doing that is more in alignment? The amazing thing is you will always know the answer to that question. And then just listen out to your fearful ego that will come up and give you some nonsense about how you can't or you shouldn't or it's not safe to or it's impossible or it's not possible for you, right? And you can just say, yeah, I hear you. But you know what? I'm not going to let you drive my bus anymore. I'm going to sit in the driver's seat, my true self that really knows what I want and what I'm here for, and I'm not interested in anything other than living my joy. A favourite story of our fearful ego is this rhetoric that you're completely helpless and we can be held hostage by our helplessness. I don't know, we tell ourselves that we need a partner for financial security, for safety, so we're not lonely. And again, this all comes back to this belief of scarcity and fear. Feeling helpless is a perception of lack of our personal power over our circumstances and our futures, and it's a complete illusion. The truth is that we are in control of our thoughts, our behaviours, and our state of being, and we are able to stop, pause for a moment, and become consciously aware of everything we are thinking and doing, and turn it around, completely change our state into something that feels much better. We can choose a better feeling thought, and then we can take a better feeling action that's more aligned with our highest and best lives. And from that is where the magic happens. That is when we are living in this way that just feels so good. We're a congruent match for more of the same better feeling stuff. All we have to do is receive it. It really is that simple. But sometimes we're blocked by unconscious beliefs that sort of keep us rooted and feeling a bit crap. So it's really interesting because our conscious mind can believe one thing, but then we have this unconscious belief still that it's not possible. And I think we all have, depending on our upbringings and, a bit of nature and a bit of nurture, we have these sticking points. And it's really easy to see where your sticking points are, because it's always reflected back to us in our reality. So look around, and if there's something going on in your life that you want to be better and it's not quite how you want it to be, well, we can try and change it consciously. And if that doesn't work, then there are ways that we can update the unconscious, and that comes from repetition of knowing the real truth and turning over that belief until it is second nature to us. Now, one of the best tools I've ever come across for changing these limiting unconscious beliefs is hypnotherapy. Oh my goodness, it is completely misunderstood, but it is the most incredible way of updating your unconscious mind so that it is more in line with the truth. Because when we are children, we learn all these beliefs. We live through this frame of having zero filter, really. Everything we see around us gets absorbed and believed by our unconscious mind. And it puts together this kind of manual of how life, like a survival guide to life, basically. And it takes it as gospel, our whole life. It kind of sets it in cement from when we're very, very young. And really all we were doing at the time is absorbing everything without any filter whatsoever. It's unbelievable. And I feel like our life's work is sort of is looking at what is serving us from that and what isn't serving us from that, and making an informed, conscious choice on all of it, whether we want to keep it or discard it or tweak it to better serve us and to better support living in alignment with our true self. So when you go into hypnotherapy, what it does is talk to your unconscious mind. You're fully in control, but we're dealing with the unconscious mind without the kind of critical mind, i.e. the fearful ego, stopping these suggestions. So all these wonderful suggestions get poured into you, and your unconscious mind takes on all of them as long as they are in your best interest, your highest and best interest. And it just helps change those neural pathways in your mind much faster. But as long as you're consciously aware of these thoughts, it's completely possible to start really, like we were talking about before, observing what you're thinking and seeing if you can see it from a different angle that's more fueled with possibility and less rooted in fear. And once you start practice doing that, it becomes just like anything else, like a habit that serves you really well. So this exciting new season in your life is upon you. Just imagine yourself grabbing it with both hands. Soar above what you ever thought was possible. Have a real deep dream about what it is you truly want in your life. And then just notice all the chains you think are holding you back from this dream. And I'd like you to question them one by one. Are these real chains, or are these limiting beliefs that I can let go of? Let's mix it up. You're at this beautiful season of your life where you don't have a partner. You are you. So you do you. Go and let your heart soar. Find that truth within you. Because very soon you're going to have attracted somebody who is absolutely amazing, and you're going to have a life where you are together and you have somebody else's needs to take into consideration. And right now, you are your own free agent, and it's not going to last forever. I'm going to say that again. As a mum of two, I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old and a beautiful husband, and they all have needs, and I am there for all of them, and I am there for it because when I was single, I went and did me. Now having kids is a whole other ball game, and if you already have children, you know what I'm talking about. If you are unencumbered, grab that with both hands and run with it, because it is a fabulous time. And don't worry about your joys and expectations not being filled. All you have to do is just focus on that next step towards your highest and best life. What am I going to do today that is the next step towards my highest and best life? I can do hard things, and I love unexplored challenges that make my true self soar. It's where the treasure lies, and I'm so excited for you to find it. Now, having said all that, growth is an up and down journey. It's never linear, right? And you're going to have days where you feel wonderful, and then there might be days where you feel a bit down. And whatever happens, just keep looking at your thoughts, giving yourself a massive hug when you need it. And if you are feeling down, that's cool. You know, it can be that you're just recalibrating. Could be hormones, could be a whole lot of things. But give yourself some love and just make the decision that, oh, look, I'm feeling a bit down. I'm feeling a bit crap today. You know what? I'm going to choose 3 things that will fill my cup. Could be calling a friend, booking a holiday, going for a walk, planning a dinner party. Just trust that this is where you are meant to be, and you are here to enjoy your life. It's very safe to enjoy life. You can choose to bask in well-being. If you have a down day, you can choose a better feeling thought, choose a better feeling action, and you will feel better. It leads to a flow of well-being. And when you start living in that amazing place where you just have this sense of well-being flowing through you, and you can just get in touch with feeling good at any time, which is possible for all of us, there's an abundance to go round of love and all the good stuff. And the more you feel it, the more you get it. And the more you notice it, the more it flows. And the more it flows and the better you feel, the more you attract even more good things. It's just a beautiful cycle, and it's just the truth of life. And I'm sure if you look back through your life, you can think very easily of times when you were in this amazing state of flow, whether it was on a holiday or doing a project or being in a place that made your heart sing, and you felt this sense of well-being and this absolute certain knowledge that everything was going to go well. And I bet you it did. Even if there was a curveball, if you look back now, I bet on some level it actually elevated you higher than what you thought you could go to, because that's how it happens. We can never really predict what's going to happen, but we can get a sense for how we want it to feel. And the universe will always surprise us and make it even better than our expectations. It just has these amazing twists and turns it's like being on the most amazing, joyful roller coaster you could ever imagine. And I am just very excited that you're on this journey. If you would like some more support and encouragement and coaching and therapy, if you have some traumas or anxiety or challenges or blocks that you just can't seem to get through, get in touch and I would absolutely love to work with you. You can book in via my website, herloveupgrade.com. I'll leave the link in the show notes for you. If you got something out of today's episode and you have a couple moments to spare, please can you go and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Not only does it fill me with so much joy knowing that you are enjoying listening to this, it also helps spread the word to other women who need to hear these kind of messages, have some positive truths about love and what's possible for them, and help them break out of the toxic relationship patterns that unfortunately we find ourselves stuck in sometimes. Sending you so much love in abundance. Until next time. You should be so proud of this courageous, incredible journey you are on, and I'm so happy to be here supporting you to say goodbye to toxic relationships and claim the wonderful life and love you truly deserve. If you have a friend who you think needs to hear today's episode too, why not spread the love and share it with them? Sending you so much love in abundance. Until next time.